Hello, my darling angels. So, last year, I went on a whole dating spree. I was an absolute madman getting around. Because I was just bored. I was bored and I needed something to do. So I was like, what can I do to fill my time? Because I had just stopped smoking or gardening, as we should say. I just stopped gardening. So I was like, I have all this like newfound energy, all this like I need a new hobby. So I decided my hobby last year was gonna be going on first dates. Very Sex in the City. Thank you, I know. Unfortunately, they all were kind of bad, kind of crazy, but because of that, I have some really great stories to tell, and I figured you girlies would love to hear some of the absolute worst of the worst because they are pretty funny. I can't even lie. I'd be giggling to myself thinking about it. I'm like, I can't believe that happened. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, shall we? I think so. The first one I would like to discuss happened on New Year's Eve of 2024. That's crazy. Hey, a year passed. Okay, and I started hanging out with this guy, and everything was going very, very well. I think this was maybe like the second time we ever hung out was this New Year's, because the first time it was fine. He invited me to his dorm room, which is always a red flag. If you get invited to a dorm room, don't go. And he told me that they were going to play board games, very chill, maybe like watching some movies. I was thinking, oh, this is going to be fun. It's going to be nerdy. It's going to be cute. It's going to be cute. So I show up, and he's like, oh, everyone's here already. I'll introduce you to everyone. So I walk in. I'm walking up into the dorm, up the steps into the dorm. And he's like, oh, I'll introduce you to everyone. Like, don't worry. Like, you're going to love everyone. Like, they're all awesome. And I'm like, okay, great. Tell me why. I walk in there. It's all of his guy friends who look exactly like him. And they all have a girlfriend there. So everyone there was coupled up, including me, which I didn't know. Apparently I'm coupled up too. But all of the girlfriends either had like pink hair, a lot of tattoos, septum piercing, or all of the above. I remember walking in and being like, okay, so I've been typecasted. And I was being so nice to them. I was being like, hey, I like your hair. They hit me with the. And I'm like, excuse. Because personally, for me, whenever any woman talks to me, I am so friendly. Because I love women. I love women, as we know. So I just think it's funny that when I try and talk to this group of girls, they don't talk to me. But of course, all the men are trying to talk to me there. So I just think it's kind of weird already. And I remember I felt super awkward because I was meeting all these people for the first time. And I also only met that guy the one time. And he was all cuddling me, trying to hold me, trying to kiss on me in front of all his friends. And it was really awkward. It was really weird. At one point, I went to the bathroom and I came back, and this man was laying down on the couch and wanted me to lay with him in front of all of his friends who hey, just met you like last week too. This couch was very small, and I was barely hanging on because now he wants me to lay with him on this couch, and he was like probably like 6'2", I want to say. So he's taking up this entire couch. I'm dangling off of the side. So I left early and I didn't get a New Year's kiss, unfortunately, but that's okay. It's okay. I didn't need it. I kissed myself. It's fine. I also got pulled over when I was driving home because they thought I was drunk, but I wasn't drunk. So they made me do a breathalyzer test, and that was kind of funny. So don't drive drunk, even just a little bit, because you never know. You could get pulled over for just having one drink, and yeah, don't do it. I wasn't arrested because I wasn't drunk, but hey, don't drink and drive. That's our PSA for today. Don't drink and drive. That's the PSA. As I'm talking about all these disrespectful men, I'm being like, don't drink and drive. Well, that too, I guess. Well, I don't know. So after the whole New Year's thing, we hung out a few more times, and it felt like we were heading towards like relationship territory. I liked him. It felt like he liked me. It felt like we got along. Felt like we had things in common. And then he started ghosting me. Make it make sense. And I was a little bit confused because I was like, we've been talking every day. We've been hanging out like multiple times a week. So I'm just kind of confused what the issue is, especially when you had me meet all your friends, right? And all the all the sexy girlfriends. After like a few days of ghosting, he texts me and he's like, I feel like you're kind of rushing me into a relationship, and I just don't think that's gonna happen between us because I don't feel like we have a romantic connection at all. And I just like, I don't know, I just feel like you're kind of putting things on me. Me putting things on you? If there's one thing about me, I will never, ever make the first move. Never. Never. If you are showing me some kind of attention, all I'm going to do is reciprocate it. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do. I am never, ever going to make a move when I feel like, oh, hey, I don't know if they feel this way. I just reciprocate. So I just think that's funny that he's the one trying to put me in this box and trying to couple up with me in front of all of his friends. And then he has the audacity to tell me I'm putting things on him. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So then that was it. That was it. Until it wasn't. Because fast forward. So this was, mind you, January 2024. He hits me up September 2024. That's 9 months. He hits me up after telling me that he felt like we had no connection whatsoever and that it wasn't going to happen and that I was forcing things on him. He hits me up and you want to know what he says? He says, hey, I saw a mermaid themed shop and it made me think of you. How are you doing? Huh? Because I thought you weren't into me like that. I thought you didn't feel anything like that. But I'm kind of petty because I was like, oh, I'm good. How are you? And I hit him with I had the best summer of my life. I spent every day with a different friend. I spent every day doing something. Like, it was the best summer ever. And he says, because I'm like, oh, how was your summer? And he was like, it was fine. Nothing special. Funny. That's actually hilarious. And he asked me to hang out. And I said yes. Which, reflecting back, I could have just, I feel like it probably would have been more powerful of me to just reject him altogether before hanging out with him. But I went through with it. I won't lie, because I was a little bitter Betty. I can't lie. So we hang out. And I'm thinking, I'm not hanging out with him in the dorm. I'm not going back there because that's trashy and also gross. And I don't like being there. I don't like having to park in a whole separate parking lot and then walk my way up just to see you. I don't think so. So I said, we can hang out, but we're going to go do something. So we did. We hung out 3 times. We went out and did something 3 times. I can't lie. And the whole time he was just being like, you're just so pretty. And you're so nice to be around. And oh my gosh, I've been wanting to catch up. And I'm like, uh-huh. Right. So then I went to the dorm. Guys. I can't lie. I can't hide it anymore. I did go to the dorm because he asked me if we wanted to have movie night. And I said, okay. And I went over there late at night and he was like, do you want to watch something cute like the animated Robin Hood or like I don't know, like, and I said, that's stupid. We're watching The Devil Wears Prada. So we watched The Devil Wears Prada and he was trying to like laugh with me and like talk to me during the movie and I did not respond. I was just focusing on the movie because I'm like, this is what you said I came here to do, is to watch this movie. So we're going to watch the movie. And we finished The Devil Wears Prada and I'm like, well, I'm going to go now. Thanks for entertaining me. Not really. I was entertaining myself because I'm just so, I don't know, invigorating, magical, stunning, gorgeous. And then he was like, will you spend the night? Please. It was like 3 a.m. And I would have had to drive like an hour and not an hour and a half, like a half an hour home. So I said, okay, fine, I'll spend the night. And the whole time, I'm about to get mad. Actually, because then we were sleeping in his little twin-size bed. And again, this man is like 6'2". There's no room. Good thing I'm petite and tiny and delicate and dainty. But oh my God, there was no room. And he's all cuddling on me. And I'm just like, I go to bed. I just go straight to bed. And I wake up in the morning and I'm like, there's actually a lot of room in this twin size bed now. Why can I move around? Hey, he's not in the bed. He got up. So I open my eyes and I look around and he's just like aggressively typing away on his little Chromebook, typing away, typing up a freaking storm. And so I'm like, oh, what are you doing? And he's like, homework. And I was like, okay, that's cool. What kind of homework are you doing? And he's like, it's like from my like environmental class. I don't really know. You probably wouldn't understand. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna go now. So then I got up and left. And he's like, do you want me to walk you out? And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And then I left in his pajamas he lent me, his favorite pajamas, and I never texted him, and I never gave him his pajamas back because fuck you. Oh my God. What a bitch. Shortly after that man told me that I was forcing him to a relationship, I started talking to this other guy, and he was very eager to meet me. Who would be surprised? Who would be surprised? Everyone is. And he always just wanted me to come over like late at night. And I'm learning a lesson. I'm starting to learn a lesson. If a man wants you to come over late at night, he really doesn't care about you. He really don't. He does not think you're interesting or charming or funny. He just wants something from you. So I'm starting to learn this, but I'm still a little bit stupid. So I go over there late at night and he starts to be like, oh, what's your type? And I'm like, I don't really have one. Like, I really like lots of different people, just like preferably someone that's like taller than me because I'm 5'7". I'm a big bitch. And he's like, oh, cool. Like, I like athletic blondes. I know this hair is light now, but it wasn't at the time. It was pink. And one thing about me, I'm not an athlete. Never have been, never will be. So I was just like, why would you even, well, I don't know, kind of weird. It kind of, I don't know. It was kind of disrespectful to be like, I don't like women like you, but you're here. So what is that supposed to mean? What do you want me to do with that information genuinely? But honestly, like after that, we had a fun time. We were just kind of like hanging out, watching TV. Like it was very friendly, very friendly. Like honestly, it wasn't really bad at all. Like he was funny. I felt like we got along well, like even though I wasn't really what he was looking for. So after a while of being there, he's like, oh, I gotta go to sleep. I have a test in the morning. And he was like a nursing student. So I was like, okay, yeah, like that's so fine. And I get my jammies on, I wash my face, brush my teeth, and then I go back in there. And he only had one pillow. He only had one pillow. So let's think about this. Let's break this down, shall we? If you invited a hot girl over, me, to spend the night, and you only had one pillow, what would you do? Because I know what I would do. I would give her the pillow. I'd say, baby girl, it's all yours. Like, I'll figure something else out. Like, I would even just sleep with nothing. If I invited a hot girl over to my house and I only had one pillow, she's getting the pillow. And what do you think he did, actually? I'll let you think. Because you won't guess. So he took the pillow for himself. And he said, oh, I'll just give you a towel to sleep on. Because it's so comfortable. Like, sometimes I wish I could just sleep on a towel. And I know that's not true. Because if he just wishes that he could sleep on the towel instead, why didn't he just sleep on the towel and give me the pillow? Don't make any sense. I'm not sleeping like a princess on a towel. It's not gonna happen. Huh? Somehow, miraculously, I managed to fall asleep. And I wake up because I hear him watching a video. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, do your thing, I guess. This is your home. And I hear in the video, gently insert it in. And I'm like, okay, what kind of video are you watching? So I turn around. He's watching a video on how to put a catheter in. And he's like, oh, sorry, I'm just studying for my test. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm I'm gonna go. Like it's great that I'm so happy for you that you're studying, you're getting your knowledge up because you're a nursing student. Like I'm so happy. But there was a time and place to watch the catheter video, and I don't think it was when the hot girl was sleeping in your bed on a pillow. Not on a pillow, a towel. I don't think that was the time actually. So then I left and we didn't hang out after that. Who would have thought? Yeah. Yeah. I started hanging out with this guy, and he really is not my least favorite, but he's probably like number 3 out of my, like, in top 3 least favorites, just because he was just horrible. And we went on a date the first, because I think we hung out probably like 5 or 6 times in total, but the first time it was fine. We got sushi, but it was really awkward, to be honest. It wasn't like horrible, but he was wearing Skechers and a leather jacket, if that gives you the vibe. So like he wasn't really matching my hot girl energy, and also he was just kind of like boring. So after our awkward sushi date, I went over to his house like one time late at night. It's always late at night, and he proceeds to eat 5 eggs in front of me and then drink like an entire glass of milk, and I could honestly vomit because he kissed me with his eggy milk breath after. It was so nasty. It was so nasty. And then he was like, "Oh, let's go down to my basement." Hey, don't ever take a girl down to your basement. There's no reason for you to ever take her to the basement. There's really not. But I went down there, and he had one of those like big gaming PCs, and it was like glowing red, and there was also like military gear everywhere all over the floor, and there was like a weird couch with like a Pokemon blanket and like paintings of ships all over the couch and on the floor, and there was a dusty coat rack right in front of the Pokemon couch, and he's like, "Come here. Come sit on the Pokemon couch." So I sit on the Pokemon couch with him, and we're just facing these dusty coats that are hanging up right in front of him. He didn't move them at all. And he was like, "Come on, just like lay down with me." And I was not feeling it because I was breathing in dust and there was weird military equipment everywhere. So I left shortly after that. So the last time I saw him was very traumatic, because I was supposed to come over after work, but it started blizzarding out. It was a blizzard. It was so bad outside. And so I texted him at work, and I'm like, "Hey, like I don't feel super comfortable like coming over tonight. Like it's snowing really bad. Like I just want to like leave work and go home, you know what I mean?" Because it was supposed to snow for the next like 3 days too. So I was like, I'm not trying to be trapped there, and like I just want to go home, like feel safe, like I don't have to go anywhere if I'm at home. And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's like understandable. Like I'll see you another time. I'll see you soon." So I finish work. I drive through this blizzard home, fighting for my life, get home, and I'm tucked into bed. I've got my jammies on. I'm all cozy. I think I was having like a little alcoholic beverage just as like a little reward. And he texts me and says, "Well, what if I come get you? I really want to see you tonight, and I just got this new truck. Like this would be perfect to like test it out in this weather." And I'm like, "No, like that's very nice of you, but like I just kind of want to stay home tonight." And he keeps texting me, trying to convince me, because he's like, "Oh, like, but the truck, like the truck will keep us safe." Like, and I'm like, ignoring him. And then he calls me. He calls me. And I'm like, okay, he's really just like not getting it. Maybe I just need to say it like verbally for him to understand what I'm saying. And he says, "I'm in the truck. Give me your address." And I say, "No, I don't want to hang out." And he's like, "But it would be more work for me to get out of the truck than it would to drive to you." I'm going to crash out. That's actually the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That doesn't make any sense, because no, it wouldn't. Because at some point you have to get out of the truck anyways. You're going to have to get out of the truck anyways and go back inside. And what do you mean it would be less work for you to drive to me? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm going to crash out. I'm a little irritated. So I'm like, okay, because he kept pressuring me to say yes. He was like, it'll just be for a little bit and then I'll bring you home. It'll just be for a little bit and then I'll bring you home. Would not take no for an answer. So I was like, okay, fine. We'll hang out. We hang out. It's weird. It's weird. He picks me up. I try and ask him about his day. He doesn't respond at all. He's just like looking at me like a piece of meat. It's so weird. So then we hang out, and I remember he like hit his dog because his dog was barking, which like, hey, maybe don't have a dog then, because hey, dogs bark. That's what happens. So I'm just not having a pleasant time. And then eventually I'm like, will you bring me home? And he's like, okay, I'll bring you home now. We go out to the car. And first of all, he's trying to like shoulder, like arm in arm with me to the car. Like I'm an old lady crossing the street. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And he gets all butthurt and is like, fine. And like runs over to the car. We get in, oh, sorry, the truck. Let me put some respect on the truck. Right. So we get in the truck, and it's so icy. It's so blizzardy. It's so bad outside. It's like, I need you guys to understand, it was so bad outside. And he has to like pull out of his parking spot and then turn and go onto the road. A normal person would have backed out straight, very slowly also because it's icy. And then once you're in the road, you turn whichever way you want to go, and then you go. That's driving 101. Tell me why this man reverses, turns his wheel at like full speed and slams into this pole that's right next to him. And I'm like, I'm floored. Can't believe what I'm seeing. So instead of turning his wheel away from the pole and trying to get away from it, he just starts going forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards, grinding against this pole until a window breaks on his side, though. I was completely unaffected, can't lie, so it's fine. Window breaks on his side. His like mirror on his door just falls right off. And eventually he gets away from the pole after just grinding against it for like 3 minutes maybe. And I'm like shaking, obviously, because what the fuck? What the fuck? And it was so weird because he did not react at all. He wasn't angry. He wasn't sad. He didn't react literally at all. He was just like driving straight ahead. And I'm freaked out. I'm freaked out because that's like psychotic behavior. I can't lie. Because if that was me and I just crashed my car, I'd be maybe at least a little bit upset. I'd probably be a little bit worked up. Just silent the whole ride home. Because I'm like, at least he's driving me home, like after that, goddamn. And as we're driving, it's silent, no music. So I'm just like, and there's glass falling while it's silent off of the window that just broke. And I'm trying so hard not to laugh because it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And then he brings me, we get to my house, thank God. And tell me why I'm being like, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Like, you're going to figure this out. Your car's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. And then I get out of my car. Not my car, thank God. I get out of the car and I'm walking into my house and I'm thinking, I should turn around and look at this right now, shouldn't I? I should look at this truck. So I turn around and I look. It's destroyed. It like unrecognizable. Like it is, and it's his new truck that he really wanted to pick me up in. Destroyed. And then he, after that, asked me to see like a 12-hour marathon of Lord of the Rings with him. And I said no, and then we never talked again. This last one, really, I also want to say I have more to tell, but none of them are as juicy as these. So, this is the one that really made me stop and like reflect and think like, I think I need to do some self-love. I think I need to practice some self-love because this is just, things are not going in my favor. So this guy and I were talking for a few weeks, and it seemed like we were meshing very well. We had a lot to talk about. I thought he was super interesting and very interested in the things I had to say, at least over text. And he was like into music, like he was really into music, like he seemed very down, like leftist boy, leftist musician boy. I was like, okay, slay, I can get down with this. But he lived an hour away. So he was like, come over and stay the night. I'll make you dinner. I'll show you all my favorite places in this town, this small town. And I'll take you to my favorite places in the woods. And he said he wanted to hear all about my like obscure little niche interests. And I would tell him, and he would tell me about his, right? And I already really liked talking to him. And I was like, okay, I'm down. Because also I remember when I was texting him, I was like, yeah, like I don't know, I don't have the best luck with like dating, but it's okay, like it's fine, like I love myself, so it's fine. And he was like, well, just give me a chance, because I feel like we'd be really good together. And I was like, oh, that's sweet, yeah, let's give this guy a chance. So I drive an hour to go meet him. Yes, I did. And it was in the literal middle of nowhere also. So another tip, do not meet a man in the middle of nowhere. Do not meet random people off the internet that live far away in the middle of nowhere. Don't do it. And if you are going to go on a date with someone that you meet online, you need to do it in a neutral setting, a safe space. Okay? Now, anyways, let's talk about my mistakes. So I get there and I have all my stuff and I'm like walking into his house. He's just watching me carry all my stuff and doesn't say like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here. He's just like, yeah, I've just been like, playing music and, not doing much and whatever and nothing special. Like, just starts talking about himself automatically and being like, yeah, I'm so awesome. Like, my job is like I edit for this podcast that like talks about like music, and sometimes like I get to talk and like we invite like all my favorite bands on there, so like I get to talk to them, like it's really cool. He's like, have you ever heard of this band? I'm like, no. And he's like, yeah, figures he wouldn't, because like they're pretty underground, like only really cool people know them. And I'm like, okay, I'm catching strays right away. Like you think I'm stupid and just a ditzy girl. So I'm like, okay, awesome, cool, great. I set my stuff down and he immediately starts playing guitar for me. And I should also say I was there for probably like 24 hours because I spent the night. So like I got there probably like 2 and then I didn't leave until 2 the next day. So I was there for like 24 hours and he was playing guitar the entire time I was there. And not like full songs either, like just little like bits on the fucking guitar. And then he'd be like, no, he wouldn't even say, did you like that? He'd be like, yeah, I'm really good. I'm like really talented. I'm really awesome. And I was like, okay, cool. And he would just kept being like, oh, do you know this song? And then would play like 3 little things from it and be like, do you know it? And I'm like, no, that was really short. Like I can't pick it. And he was like, yeah, figures you wouldn't know. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I remember I just felt so dumb and so bad about myself, which is so dumb. Because how are you going to invite me over? I'm a gem. And not even ask me a single thing about myself. He didn't ask me one thing about me the entire time I was there. Not the entire time. Me? You kidding? I have so much to say. Huh? So he was going from playing little guitar riffs for me to talking about his favorite bands and doing impressions of band members and then telling me random stories from his life, being like, oh yeah, I went on tour with like these guys and this is this guy's shirt and like I'll probably never get back because it's just like, a little memento. It's really cool. And I was like, okay. And I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, maybe he's just nervous and word vomiting. So like, I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and maybe it'll just get better. It didn't, spoiler alert. So at this point, I am starving. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all day because also when I'm nervous, I don't eat because I can't. I'll throw up. So I'm like, hey, I'm hungry. Can you make that dinner you said you were gonna make for me? And he's like, well, I didn't like go grocery shopping and buy the food that I asked you that you wanted. So like I was thinking we could just go to Taco Bell because it would just like be easier and faster for me. And I was like, I don't care. I just need food. I don't care what we eat. Hey, I'm just hungry. Get me something to eat. I'm like, let's just get Taco Bell. Don't care. I just want to eat. I haven't eaten all day. I'm starving. And he's like, okay, well, like, yeah, that sounds good, but we have to wait for my mom to get home because, like, we can't leave the dog here alone by itself. I'm just like, okay, so then he just continues to play guitar for me for another hour and then do impressions of members of Oasis and talk to me about Oasis and talk to me about how Oasis is the best band that will ever exist, but I don't understand because I don't listen to Oasis like that. And I'm just like, I'm not as cool as him. So I'm like, okay, cool, awesome, great. His mom gets home. And let me just say, I am a god with the parents. Every parent I've met obsessed with me. I'm so likable, especially to mothers. Oh my gosh, so I was cutting it up with her. She was like, oh, she's like, where are you guys going to eat? Where are you taking her? And he's like, we're not really sure yet. Yeah, it's to be decided. I'm giggling to myself at this point because I'm like, damn well we are going to Taco Bell, and you're embarrassed to tell your mom that because you just had this hot ass bitch drive all the way over here who you said you were going to make dinner for, and then you don't. You just want to take her to Taco Bell so you can continue to play guitar for me. So then he says to his mother, oh, did you park in the back or the front? So turns out, actually, we weren't waiting for her because we needed to watch the dog. We were waiting for her because he wanted to use her car, which is fine. I'm friends with a lot of people that don't have their own cars. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But why are you lying about it? And then also just being like weird about it? Like, it's kind of odd to me. It's really odd to me. So I'm like, okay, fine. So then we get in her car, again, puts on music he wants, and is just explaining to me about how these bands are so awesome and I would just never understand. And whatever. Another thing I will say is, obviously these situations aren't great, but it really did teach me that, like, I need to advocate for myself because I can be perfect, stunning, beautiful, so nice, so kind, and someone will still disrespect me and still not care if I live or die, actually. So I need to advocate for myself because I don't deserve to be treated like garbage, and people are just going to treat me like garbage regardless of how perfect I act for them. So this is another lesson for you. Advocate for yourself because people are just horrible. And we get our Taco Bell. He does pay, so he gets points for that, and I got a lot too. I got a lot of Taco Bell. And he's like, oh, let me take you to my favorite park, and then we can eat the Taco Bell in my favorite park. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds fun. He drives me to a parking lot with benches in it, and is like, this is my favorite park. Hey, this is a parking lot. This is not a park. There are just benches here. There just happen to be benches here. And so we sit on these benches. We're trying to eat our Taco Bell, but it is so windy. So there's like lettuce flying in the air. His hat flies off of his head, so he has to run and go get it. It's really embarrassing for him. And just like one of my burrito wrappers flew away in the wind. I couldn't even get it because the wind was so bad. And I'm just like, this is... So after eating Taco Bell in the parking lot, we go back to his house, and his mom is like, oh, where did you take her? Where did you take her? And he's like, Taco Bell. And this is my favorite part of the story because she goes, that's fancy. Oh, I know that's right. Oh, I know that's right. Because she's the hero in this story. She saw how good I looked. She saw that I was cutting it up with her. She saw that I was nice, respectful, friendly. Oh, she was the hero in this story. Get him. Yes. Also, forgot to mention, when we were out, like, getting our Taco Bell, he was like, I need to pick up a new guitar string from my uncle. So let's go get this guitar string. And I'm like, okay. So we go there, and he's like, I'll just be in there for like a minute. Like, don't worry. Like, I'll be right back out. And I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting in the car waiting. I was in the car for probably like half an hour to an hour just sitting there waiting. And he comes out and he's like, oh, sorry. I just like forgot you were here. Like, I just forgot. That's crazy. Hey, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. So now we're back at his house. after his mom just clocked him. And he's like, oh, let's play this game. And it was like Until Dawn, but not Until Dawn. I think it was called like The Devil in Me or something. And I'm into it. I don't really understand how the controls work, but like I'm figuring it out. Like I just give me some time, I'll figure this out. Like I'm cracking down. And the whole time, he was just being so mean to me, being like, you have to press this button. You're not doing it right. You don't understand this game. Obviously, like, I need to help you. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I don't want to play this anymore. And I was like, okay. And then he goes into Overwatch and starts going over every single character in Overwatch and explaining their backstories, which again, it's not like I don't care. It's just like I am not contributing much to this conversation and you are just dumping random things on me and not asking me anything about myself. So I'm just like kind of getting a little bit like done at this point. I'm like, awesome. I'm so interested in whoever this Overwatch character is and their story. I'm so interested, actually. I care so much. He's like, do you want to hear the songs I've written on guitar? I thought we were already doing that. Sorry, I've been disassociating this whole time. I cannot remember. So then he plays like a bunch of guitars, like songs for me and starts singing. He cannot sing at all, but he is putting his heart into it. And I'm just like disassociating. I'm staring at the wall. I'm not paying attention because I'm like, this is so... Like, it's like the Barbie movie scene when they're like, the guys are like playing guitar by the campfire. It was that, exactly that. So I'm like, just sitting there like, And he stops and he goes, oh, which one was your favorite? And I'm like, okay, well, I kind of have to come up with something now because he's going to know I wasn't paying attention. So it's like, the third one, obviously. And he was like, I knew you were going to pick that one. So then we go to sleep. I'm tired. I've had a big day. I've used all my emotional energy. I need to rest. I need peace. So I'm tucked in. I'm like laying with him. I'm like, okay, finally. We're like having a nice moment now. We're laying together. You're not talking. This is awesome. Oh my God, quiet. So I'm about to fall asleep. And he gets up. And I'm thinking, maybe he's just grabbing some water. Maybe he's just like, I don't know. Maybe he needs like, he takes an antidepressant. Maybe he needs a pill. I don't know. Gets up. And he sits at the end of the bed, puts his gamer headset on, starts playing Overwatch. You're telling me you have a hot girl in your bed right now who drove an hour to see you and listen to you play guitar for like 10 hours? Didn't ask her a single thing about herself? And you have the audacity while she's trying to sleep to play Overwatch? And I'm not saying like a little like quiet little Overwatch play. He starts rage screaming into his gaming headset being like, no, we almost had him. And oh my God. Reflecting back, I would have gotten up and left for sure. If this happened now, I would just get up and leave because I am not accepting bullshit. I am not accepting disrespect. I'm not accepting being treated like garbage, being neglected. And he does, but I didn't do that because that was before my self-discovery and my growth era. So I lay there and I try and just tune him out. I try so hard, but it's so hard because he's screaming so loud. And it's so funny because every time I would like move, he would turn around and go, like, I'm sorry, am I interrupting something? I'm sorry, am I being disrespectful to your playing right now? Am I? And it starts to feel like hours are going on. Like, because I'm just getting so irritated. I'm so tired. It's like so much time is passing. And somehow I fell asleep. Honestly, probably only for like an hour. I don't know how I managed to fall asleep, but I did. Because I remember I woke up to him screaming, literally screaming. And I look over at the window. Hey, the sun's out. Hey, it's actually daytime now. So you've been playing this for maybe like 6 hours now. And I get up because I'm so irritated. I'm so irritated. How dare you? I'm trying to sleep. If I ever have anyone sleep over ever, I am respectful. I let them do their thing. I let them sleep because that is just rude. I'm sorry. It's rude. It's rude, especially if they're a guest. I'm going to let them sleep. I'm going to let them sleep. And so I get up because I'm just irritated at this point. I can't take it anymore. And he goes, "All right, guys, I gotta go." Which also makes me think maybe I should have done that sooner, but we didn't. It was a learning experience. And I feel like instead of being like, I should have done this, I should have done this, how about he shouldn't have done that? How about he should have been respectful instead of blaming me for all of this? How about he should have been kind and considerate without me having to ask him? How about that? So now that he knows I'm awake, he's like, "Oh, great. You can give me some band names for my band." And I'm so irritated. So I'm just looking around at things in the room like, I don't know, protein powder? I don't know, shitty hat? And he's like, "You're just naming things in the room." Like, duh, you've pissed me off. So then he was like, "I'm so tired. I need to sleep. I have such a headache. My head hurts so bad." I wonder why. I literally wonder why. So then I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go. So I leave. Does not text me. And I am so mad. I wasted my 2 days off of work on him. And it was an absolute waste of time. Absolute waste of time. He didn't do a single thing we promised. And it was so disrespectful. It was so disrespectful. And because if he was not interested in me, why did I come over? If you don't care about me, if you're not interested in anything I have to say, or if you're just not into me, why would you have me come over? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. And so when I got home, I was really mad. So I gave him an entire list of band names, and there was like 20 of them, and they were all so good. So good, better than anything he came up with. And I said, "Here, I think you need these." And he was like, "Wow, these are actually really good. I didn't think you had the ability to make something, to like give me something useful." Oh my gosh. I'm just so smart, creative, cool, and interesting. So it's funny when people don't treat me like that, you know? My most chaotic stories. I can make another one of these if you guys want, because I do have more, but these ones are like the really, really bad ones. The other ones are bad, but not like, they don't cut as deep as these do. Moral of the story is, you are valuable. You deserve to feel heard, seen, respected, and cared for. So if you are going out with someone that doesn't make you feel that way, hey, leave. Hey, leave, because you don't deserve to be treated like garbage. It's not fun. It's not cute. And also, that person is not going to marry you, respectfully. If they are treating you like this when you first meet, they don't care about you. They don't. So leave. I'm done. I'm very grateful for myself and the self-discovery I've had and the growth I've had, because honestly, like, these experiences I had were not great, but they really made me think, because I was like, I didn't do anything wrong. I was a perfect angel princess the entire time, and yet I was still being disrespected. So really, it's not me, it's them. And I don't deserve that. No, I'm an angel. I don't know. But anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Do something nice for yourself because you deserve it, and life is too short to punish yourself. And don't go out with weird men. Period. Okay, bye.